الآن من يلتقي في الدكتور ذاكر نايك ويريد أن يصبح أيضا ربما شبيها أو مبلغا أو منافحا أو مدافعا، هل هناك فكرة مثلا لعمل مثلا مؤسسة تعليمية أو تدريبية، أو ربما يعني كل واحد له أكيد شكله، هل هناك فكرة لي على الأقل إعطاء المفاتيح اللي أشرت إليها في البداية، هل أسئلة اللي أكثر من 20 سؤال وغيره وغيره؟
Alhamdulillah. We have got two programs. One is a crash course, which is for approximately 1.5 months, and one is a long course which is for about 13 years.
ممتاز، شهر ونص وثلاث سنوات.
In the crash course, I had done a previous international Dawah training program in 1999. And after that, it was repeated by my students. Just last month, or you could say in the beginning of this month, 1st March, I finished my second international Dawah training program, which was for a span of about 1.5 months, from 16th of April till the 1st of March. In this Dawah training program, we called 20 students from 12 different countries. You know, there was from Japan one, from Sri Lanka, from Malaysia, there was from Indonesia, there was from Saudi Arabia, there was from UK, there was from Netherlands, and from different parts of the world. Kuwait, this time no. Last time there was that. So here what we did, we trained them. How today research tells us that when a person gives a speech, what he speaks on the stage carries, the matter he speaks only carries 7% weightage. 93% is presentation skills. How do you modulate your voice, your hand gestures, your eye-to-eye contact. 93% is presentation skills. So this training program was mainly technique-based. And it also included one part of the 20 most common questions, then how you should quote the Quran with reference, chapter number, verse number, how to quote the Bible, chapter number, verse number, how to quote the Veda, how to quote the Hadith. We train them and we show them number one is Allah's help. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Imran, chapter 3, verse 160, if Allah helps you, none can overcome you. If Allah forsakes you, who is there then who can help you? So let the believers put their trust in Allah. Number two is, Allah says in Surah Ankabut, chapter 29, verse 69, that if you strive in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will open up your pathways. So if you do jihad, if you struggle, Allah will open up your pathways. If you are struggling and your pathways are not opening, it's not your fault. It is not Allah's fault, it's your fault. And Allah says in Surah Nahl, chapter 16, verse 43, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلِ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. If you don't know, ask the person who's knowledgeable. So in this training program, we showed the technique how to do dawah. And what we did this time, we did a world record, mashallah, that we hired a very big studio, very big with 18, much bigger than this. And we had a very big stage, mashallah. And we shot with 14 film cameras. 14. Yes, the full program was shot with 14 film cameras, 8K and 4K. And normally in a film, when they shoot, whether in Hollywood or Bollywood, they have one camera. And the hero looks into the camera. If there is a fight sequence, they use 4 cameras. There was a producer who told me, you know, for Dilwale, Shah Rukh Khan, we use 6 cameras. So my director told him, for an Islamic program, Dr. Zaker Naik used 14 cameras for 50 days. It was a world record in the history of cinema world and in the broadcast world. Even in Hollywood, nowhere ever have they used 14 cameras together, and we used 14 cameras for 50 days. Each camera, each day, recording for 10 hours. So imagine 10 hours into 14 cameras, 140 hours every day, into 50 days. So 7,000 hours recording. It was 1.5 petabyte. And we had used 4 F65 and the balance for F55 with Angina lens. Angina lens are the best lens in the world. Angina French lenses are the best in the world. We have the best equipment in the world to record this. Why? So that when we record this, tomorrow I will not be there. I mean, I don't know when I'll die. Whether it's tomorrow, whether after 1 year, after 10 years. We record this on the best format. We edit it so that it can be showed on satellite. 20 people is very small for me. I want millions of people to learn. So we recorded this on the best format. It cost us money, but it's worth it. So we broke the world record. We wrote to Guinness Book.
لأن بمثابة تخزين مثل ما تفضلت، نسأل الله لك يعني العفو والعافية وطولة العمر. فعلا هي بمثابة تخزين.
Because our beloved Prophet said, once a person dies, The only thing for Sawab-e-Jariyah is the wealth you have spent
صحيح.
and the ilm and your children praying for you. So the ilm what we are giving, we don't want it to be gone after 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So people think that I'm spending israf. They think it's israf. I said it's not israf. Because the shuyukhs that give lecture for Islam, they are more valuable for us than the wealth. So we record them on a format which can go for 50 years. And this is what I'm telling the Arab world today, that why don't you use the best of technology? The normal television do not use these high, not that they don't have money, but when they show on a television, for example, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or for example, Kaun Banega Crorepati, what they show, they are mainly doing it for ads. So they show it after 1 month, after that the value is zero. But the Islamic program, the tafsir of Quran is the same. Whether it's today, whether it's after 10 years, after 50 years. So we want to record the knowledge of the shuyukhs in the best format which can be for next 50 years. This is the short program of 1.5 years. The longer program, we have a school, Islamic International School, where we teach a student from the age of 2.5 to speak Arabic and English.
MashaAllah.
By the time he reaches standard 4 or 5, he can understand the Quran. By the time he reaches 9, 10, he can translate the Quran. By the time he reaches standard 5, he becomes Hafidul Quran. By the time he reaches standard 6, he becomes a black belt. All our students, girls and boys, are black belt in martial arts.
MashaAllah.
Taekwondo and karate. They are also, mashallah, most of them are mashallah Hafidul Quran.
MashaAllah.
And they speak Arabic and English fluently. The degree is from Cambridge, UK. So it's not an Indian degree or a Muslim degree. Cambridge, UK, which is internationally acclaimed. At the same time, we give them knowledge of the Sharia, Quran, Hadith, Sharia, Fiqh. Once they pass, most of our students have gone to Jamiatul Imam. That's in Saudi Arabia.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. My son also, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
He also died, mashallah. He's young. He's only about 20 years old. He has given lectures in many countries, mashallah. He's Hafidul Quran, he's black belt. And alhamdulillah, now he's studying in Jamiatul Imam. His Arabic is, mashallah. Even both my 2 daughters, both of them know Arabic fluently, English fluently. They are black belt, they Hafidul Quran. We want our children to have the best of the world. What we have in the Ummah, if your child fails once, twice, thrice, then you make him Hafidul Quran. You make him an alim. We want our best children to present deen. A person who can become a doctor, he should present deen. That means Allah has given him the hikmah. Allah has given him the ability to think. We should sacrifice our best children for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that will be an ajr for them in the